myself, like, of being hateful towards him and, not meaning to do it, but it was basically what they wanted. They wanted us to divide. They did not want us to unite. They didn't want any unity. They still don't want no unity. So a lot of people, to me, I consider ops. Some people are ops. They don't even realize what they're programmed to do. They just do it because I guess it's a comfortable feeling for them to do so. I read the comment that you left little me about how me and another individual who is a part of the programs, and by the way, still doesn't have full recollection on anything. I got the message. I read the comment you left about how we're victims and we're this and we're that and we're playing the victim game. Nobody's playing the victim game. What we're doing is we're telling a story that you don't have to tell. I'm sorry. I don't know why anybody in their right mind would want to even have to go down the rabbit hole. Or even want to, or even want to be a part of this stuff. This stuff is, it's overwhelming. It's sad. Brings out a lot of emotions, which some people obviously don't understand what the emotions see if I can do something here. I'm trying to figure something out. Hold on a second. Okay, come on. Oh my God, those pictures didn't even come through yet. You know, it's only one person, but that's about it. I think I'll do Mama Bird and Access, Mama Bird, Community. Come on. Oh, you piece of shit. Come on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, I just did that. I really don't care. All right, well. Yeah, I'm dealing with a lot right now. I'll be real. You know, I'm trying to trust people as much as I can. I really am. I'm just coming in this whole Game of Thrones, right? Game of chess, with a whole different outlook on things than I have in the past. And one of those things is pretty much, you know, trying to find out who's who, what their goals are, and why is it that they're so fucking obsessed with me? What is there to be obsessed about? Like that is my question. So yeah, I do believe I have ops. Ops that really are trying to get at me. But it ain't gonna work. I'll just tell you that much. I'm not gonna allow it to work. I'm just not gonna pay attention to your messages. And I've said it over and over and over again, searching the truth. Stop trying to come on my panel and talk down on me. Because one day I'm just going to pop the fucking button and I'm going to let you on. And I'm going to rip you to shreds is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hurt your fucking little feelings is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hurt your feelings. And I don't want to do that. I don't, but you're pushing me to that point of where I'm going to have to use some type of attack mechanism against your filthy, disgusting, septic type of energy, succubus energy that just tries to, suck positivity out of somebody who is trying to live a positive life. But you want to keep sucking that positive energy out of me because you want that energy. But sorry, Charlie, you can't have it. You got to take it. Mr. Canadian boy. Yeah, I think it's all fun and games. At the end of the day, I think people just like to joke around and, well, they think it's a joke, but it's really not a joke. It's a clown fucking show is what it is. We got grown people fucking streaming our, screen recording me. You want a story, I understand that. If you want a story, talk to me. And maybe we could work something out, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen at all. The only reason I do certain things at certain times is because if I did take a wrench a couple of times. And honestly, it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep doing that, but it's like, I don't know what to trust. I don't know what to trust. I don't. I mean, like I said, I got this guy fucking searching the truth, Carl, nonstop on me. But whatever, it's going to be what it is. It's going to, people are going to believe what they want to believe. There's nothing I can't stop a person from believing what they want to believe.
Worried about heat damage from your hair dryer? The Dyson Supersonic Neural Hair Dryer is the first intelligent hair tool from Dyson, combining what you know and love from the supersonic hair dryer with intelligent features to help protect your hair and scalp.
Anyways, so like I deal with a serious trust issue, and it's not just because of internet bullies, or it's not because of that. It's because some of the things I speak about, some days I say, why bother? Like why even bother? I just get mocked. I just get laughed at. I just get, by certain people, that is. But others have recalled memories of me in the secret space program. And, I wasn't such a nice, person, or when I was involved, I was not such a nice individual. I was basically one of those, I'd basically want to call it like a yes man in a way, but not really, because it was more like I was being programmed to do horrible things to people. I mean, horrible things. Like holding individuals down, while it's if you don't understand this type of stuff and you don't understand the matrix, which we live in the matrix, it's quite evident that we live right here in the matrix. I got this guy, Carl, who really just, it seems he just wants to bug me. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just block him completely out. I don't want Searching the Truth. Square, when you get a minute, pop in my chat if you can. If you're available. If not, let me know if I can come to your channel. Whatever. It's up to you. But I'll explain a little bit why I do what I do, and not anything to do really to particularly with the space program, because I mean, you know, I like the fact that you admitted that, you know, I say crazy things. To you, it's crazy maybe, but to me, it's reality. It's what I wake up remembering, and it's what I go to sleep remembering. And while I'm sleeping, I'm reliving, or I'm on a mission, or I'm still being used. This stuff is real. Just do your research. But you're not going to find it. Like, find it meaning like it's not just going to pop out at you. You understand? You got to dig into it in order to get the understanding, the feeling, the emotion, you know, imagine being a young boy and you and your friend are just getting ice cream. Your innocence. You're innocent at 10 years old. You and your friend are going to get ice cream, and next thing you know, you leave the gas station and you're walking towards home, and a white van pulls up on you and jerks you into the van. Like I said before, I didn't ask for that. I didn't say, hey, come and take me. You know what I mean? I want to be experimented on. This is fun. Yeah. No, I didn't ask for that. Neither did my friend. And the gentleman you see in the picture, when we met, he was a bit younger than me. I'd say in his 20s. I was in my late 20s. And I just found out not too long ago that he's no longer with us. And this is the type of stuff that plays on my mind, because there are times that I do want to go back. And I do want to ask him questions. So I do have a bit of a trust issue. I'm not going to lie. So I apologize if I took anybody's wrench that, you know, deserved to have that wrench, that was really trying to help me. And, you know, it's like the ops is trying to direct me in a different way. So I kind of feel like some of these people on the internet are really not the people they put themselves out there to be. I feel like they are affiliated with the ops, or they are the ops, and they are trying to find ways to trigger me so I can't get my full story out there. So I worry more about what they do rather than, you know, worrying about my healing and my just, it's a difficult thing to talk about. A lot of it is difficult to talk about. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and feed you a story that's bullshit. Everything I'm saying is real. You don't have to believe a word I say. A matter of fact, I don't want you to believe what I say. I would rather you go dig and try to find evidence that some of that evidence might have already been obtained, and you might not ever find that evidence. Truth might just smack you in the face. That's the reality of it. And when the truth smacks you in the face, it's not a fun feeling. It's not fun at all. But I'm glad today I can admit and I can accept that, yes, I've been to other planets. I don't know all of them yet. I don't know them by detail yet. I do know, though, when you are on Mars, the air there is way more clean. Like, you can breathe even better. I was there, I'd say, I don't even know how long I was there, but me and my twin were there for a decent amount of time. And I do remember the cities, and I do remember the tunnel systems. And, I do remember faces. And I do remember the different little wars that were going on, us soldiers battling against other reptilians, and assassin missions, where I was sent to take out some, I guess, from what I can recollect, somebody high up that needed to be taken out. A lot of people report Michael Aquino being a part of a lot of this, which he was. Some people remember Aleister Crowley in Montauk. Some people remember Timothy Leary administering LSD to them. So it's not like there's just one tied down, story to this. Everybody's had different experiences that they can remember. And then there's some memories that the subconscious is just not going to allow you to see. Or there's a block, and that block needs to be removed. And you can only do that through the spiritual healing process, and once your third eye is open, you will realize that your third eye is open. You will see things and understand things that other people they have no clue. They're not even aware. They're not, they're too worried about going to McDonald's and picking up a Happy Meal. I mean, that kind of shit. Like, no, thank you. I don't want your GMOs. I don't want, no. I mean, look at the food. Look at everything that's going on this planet. That's why I am talking a lot about unity now, and I'm staying to unity as much as possible. Yeah, I might have my slips. Yeah, I might have my falls. Yeah, I might say things that I don't mean out of downright anger, or it's just a shield, meaning I believe that it's protected me in the past from certain things, but I don't want it to become a habit, and I do it to everybody, because I've now done it a few times to an individual I had modded on my channel that actually was helping the channel, and I didn't realize it, along with another individual. But it's just that trust, I have a very hard time with trust at this point. I've realized that I have to use more discernment is what I have to do. I have to use more discernment, and I have to stick with my soldiers, my crew, my team. And, I thank Gene, and I thank, him and his people for wanting to support and wanting to see the channel grow. And yeah, I get it. Gene has said a few times, Rocko, don't beat yourself up so much. Don't beat yourself up so much. Which that's more to me is honestly now is more encouraging words, is don't beat yourself up. So something in me tells me that Gene knows or understands a bit of what I've been through. I've had quite a few people tell me I should write a book. The only problem is with the book is, it does cost money to write a really good book. So, like they say, but it's like I don't want to profit off of pain and suffering and telling a story of such horrible things that I did to other people. Betraying others. Sort of like the spy type ordeal thing, or like there's many ways to explain it, but sort of like thank you, Xbox. Yeah, I've been having memories of Mars now. Like not full cognitive. I've had some serious memories come back of Mars. I do remember that there were cities in Mars. Like I said before, I do remember that actually the air in Mars is more clean than the air here on Earth. And it's weird because sometimes I'll wake up, and I've noticed this, and I've been questioning this for a while. I'll be like, when I wake up and I take a breath, it's like, oh, this toxic planet again. Here I am again, here I am, but like breathing in Mars is like, wow, it's so much better. And yeah, there are little cities, and there are, tunnel systems, and there are, other races, reptilian races, and there are different species all over. I just haven't recalled every planet that I've been to. I'm sure I've been to more than one. And, that might sound crazy to some people, but Why is it that I'm having this recollection? Why am I remembering the things that I'm remembering? Why am I starting to connect with the right people? Why? Is it my time? Did I pass a barrier where, like, yeah, I mean, oh, absolutely, absolutely, Xbox. Honestly, space, the air is way more. It's more clean. Um, it's here on Earth is what we got the issue. Um, and that's why it's like I always question when I wake up. Why, when I take that first breath, I get this like feeling of disgust in my body. Like, what is that? Like, it. Sometimes I like to sleep. I like to sleep because it takes me to places that I once was before, either in this timeline, and the timeline definitely did a complete flip. Um, like some people are saying we're like back in the 1980s. Like there's certain weird things. Like it's hard to explain. It's kind of what you kind of gotta go about looking into this on your own spare time. And if you're gonna look into this, be prepared. It's not an overnight process. You can't just read one book. I'm not a reader. I've heard interviews. Yeah, man. Sometimes it almost feels like you're trying to breathe and sludge. The air feels so thick. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And that's what we're, as being a super soldier, space soldier, whatever it is that you were a part of. What we're supposed to be doing is wearing the mass about this stuff, waking the mass up to the truth, letting you know that the fucking government could care less about me, you, our kids. They don't give a shit less about us. And until we realize that our government is not on our fucking side, people, you're in for a ride of your life, okay? Because I know one thing. I have a very strong team. We might not all be united right at this moment, but the reunification is in the process and it is in the air. And once things become more copacetic, people start to understand things a little bit more about one another. We start to recall things between one another, things that have happened to one another. Recalls of maybe something that I remember that someone else remembers, that maybe another person remembers. Who knows? But there are a lot of us out there that are still asleep or feel very uncomfortable to come forward and talk about it. I don't care anymore. It doesn't bother me anymore. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to tell the story of a long lost Montauk / SSP survivor, not wanting to accept that's why I kept pushing people away. I really didn't want to accept. But at the same time, that altar had control. It was controlling me. It was telling me to do things. It was whispering in my ear. It was, I could have stopped those things, but I didn't want to accept. And once again, I always shout him out. Brian T. Singh, much love. If it wasn't for you, I would have never opened my eyes to this reality of what I went through. I quite frankly, it's a very hard thing to speak on, some of these things. I agree. Taking a deep breath should be refreshing, not depressing. It sounds interesting. I kind of like to dig into things you speak of, but can't seem to find enough time. It sounds complicated. It is. It can be complicated because there are a lot of people that just, if you start trying to talk to them about this stuff on, like, say, Facebook, for instance, they'll just hit block. Like, it happens. It definitely happens. But some people will be a little bit more open about it. But not everybody's like that. We're not all the same, that's for sure. None of us are the same. I mean, we have similar experiences. And then sometimes it's like some of the things I've been disclosing about myself, people are probably like, what the hell is this guy on? Some people it goes like that, like it's literally like being in Star Trek or being in the movie like Stargate. It's literally like that. That's a real reality. These places do exist. That's why Hollywood puts it out the way they do. They kind of always try to find a way around it to make it, you got to be discerning when it comes to these types of movies because, and documentaries, and you just got to be discerning is what I'm learning. Discernment on certain things is better. And if you don't know, I'm learning, don't be afraid to ask. If you feel like you have a recall of somebody and it is on your mind and you're totally convinced that there might be a connection, you got to go about it a certain way. You gotta because think about it. In that reality, I might have looked totally different than what I look like in this reality. That's the whole thing, is sometimes everything changes because of the timeline, because if it's time travel, past lives. So, digging into your inner soul is definitely it's a task. And no, it's not easy at all. Guys, I'll be back with you in a second. I'm going to take a quick moment. Go get me heat up some coffee, and I'll be back. Alrighty, I am back. Yeah, it was good. Took a few minutes. Still waiting on these pictures, but we'll see what happens. Still waiting on them to come through. Should be coming through soon. So yeah, pretty much, dealing with trust, right? When, man, having trust issues can be serious because then it's like you start thinking everybody around you is against you. Um, I mean, certain people know I don't feel that way about, but normies is what I'm going to call them. People that don't even understand or can begin to understand any of what I am, putting out there to the world to try to wake the mass up and say, hey, these programs are going on, they've been going on, and they're not going to stop until we get it, the W-E, we, there's no I in team, right? So if there's no I in team, it's we. We gotta, spread the message. We gotta spread the truth. We gotta tell the world what's really going on. That yes, kids are being taken underground, and yes, things are happening to them underground in these underground cities. It's crazy how deep the tunnel system goes throughout this world. It's just nuts. And there's other things along with that. So it's, also, dealing with memories of, like I said, I still beat myself up over certain things but then again, it's like I have no control over what had happened in the past. I have no control. I didn't choose to go in these programs and do the things I did to people. I didn't choose that at all. Nor would I want anybody to ever have to endure that type of pain. Because it's like it's connected to the soul. And, if you're an old soul, you've been many places. We're really, we're all one. And whew, it's deep to get into a lot of this stuff. Or rather say this topic. But the deeper you dig, the more you're gonna find. And the more you find is gonna give you the answers you're looking for. Or maybe not. Or you might have a brief moment of, oh shit, I forget, I don't remember what you're talking about. And then later on, you start to remember it. And sometimes those memories can be rather tormenting because of the things that you're seeing, things you're reliving, the harm, once again, that I've done to others. I was one of those guys that, where I believe that the pill did not work on me as well. I heard that by a gentleman named Tony Rodriguez, that he was allergic, I guess, to the pills. So that's why he has his memories. I don't know if I was allergic. I think I just had a way of like manipulating and saying I'm not going to take this and finding a way not to take it. But I still got a wipe there. I still got, yeah, I think that they definitely erased quite a bit of it. And or my subconscious just does not want me to remember some of the things. That could be the case as well. But you never know. You never know until you research it. Research is key. Well, that's good for you. Have a nice day. Thank you for popping up in my chat. See ya. That's exactly what I wanted you to do, you piece of shit. Bye-bye. I can throw up what I want to throw up, motherfucker, but I like this one better. That was actually a picture of me and a friend of mine that actually, passed on, you idiot. That's just, I'm not even paying any mind to you, bro. You're just a clown. 1 second. All right, what's up, Gene? What's up? Anyways, I wanted to, explain myself a little bit about why with the rent situation and all that. People have trust issues. I've said this over and over, right? A lot of what I say, a lot of people take and they run with it and they laugh at it and they make fun of it and they whatever. But when you have 12 people, right, in one room saying, I remember him. Well, that's not too far-fetched from being true. You understand? And I understand what a screen memory is. I understand these things. But when the memory plays on the mind for long enough, it's like a tape recorder. And it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going until you either A, connect with the individual that you're remembering or individuals that you're remembering. And yes, I am a space soldier. And yes, I have been on Mars. And yes, the air is way more cleaner on Mars than it is here on this fucking rock, to be honest. And yes, there are cities, and yes, there are tunnel systems, and yes, there's a whole plethora of things that when it comes to the secret space program. But NASA doesn't want y'all to know about us and what we've been programmed to do. That's why we're made to look crazy. That's why we have so many haters. That's why we have people that call us, schizo and, this or that, but they really don't know what they're playing with. They don't They don't get it until they get it. But yeah, buddy, I put a picture up of me throwing up the C sign. By the way, I used to roll 20s, so you can say whatever you want, man. Since day 1, 16, I was jumped in. So that's that, and, I'll always be a day 1. So, you can say, oh, I know many people that will knock you out for throwing up the C sign. So fucking what, bro? I'm from New York. That's where I'm from. So what? So what? Think I fucking care? No. Ain't nobody knocking me out. It ain't happening. But this is why I will not be doing live shows, meaning interviews, because certain people, unfortunately, like to, criticize others, call others victims. Oh, wait, I gotta take this. This is important. Yeah, I've learned that lesson too. Always mute your mic when you have a phone call that comes through, unless it is tied to whatever you're doing on the internet, as far as like an interview or talking to somebody or about it. But what's up with you, Gene? How are you? Buddy Rowe, you're never gonna be able to stop me. It's not gonna work. Pretty soon you're just gonna be like fucking a feather that just goes off my back. Like, yeah, like you're just gonna be like a fucking dead tree branch that I just fucking, walk right past. Like that's really what it boils down to. You're definitely not allowed up here ever again. I don't care if you beg, plead, whatever you want to do. You'll never get me, man. You'll never get to me. That's just one thing you won't. You can try, but you'll be sorry when you catch the results. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, the reality of all this is the reason why I gotta be like cautious with what I say and what I do and who I bring around here, because I'm not gonna bring people around here that are gonna get messed with. They don't need that. They don't need that. They're survivors just like me. I'm not a fucking victim like everybody keeps saying. Oh, you play the victim. No, 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 no. I don't play the victim game. I tell the story of what had happened to me. It's different. Not saying I'm a victim. But if you even went through a fucking tad bit of what I went through, you would understand. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, bro. Go away. I'm just going to block every one of you. That's it. That's how that works. You just keep knocking him out the box. That's it. I don't want him out at all. I don't want him in my chat. I don't want people letting him out at all. I give no permission for Buddy Rowe. If I block an account with Buddy Rowe, that's it. It's done. It's fried. It's loot. It's not coming out. Great idea. I changed the picture. I only changed it just so you'd shut the fuck up. I mean, and leave me alone for real. What's going on, boss? I'm just getting into that mode, man. Let's travel to space. Woo! That's right. Y'all are gonna wake up or stay sheep. I'm telling you now, we're headed for a war, a spiritual war. My foot is not off your throats. I will not stop telling my story. I am not a victim. I am a survivor. Get it right. I tell the story for a reason. For those out there that want to hear it, that need to hear it, that need to know that our water is dirty, the medications we're given are not good, our law and is destroyed. We are ran by the evil of man who rules and governs our world, and it's disgusting. And it's a spiritual war. Good versus the motherfucking evil is right. And we will win. It's just the beginning. You are trapped in the matrix. Remember that. So wake up, sleepyheads. Let's wake up, sleepyheads. It's just the beginning. To be honest, I'd rather live on Mars. The air is clear. It's way nicer. I mean, yeah, you got to deal with different races of alien beings, reptilian sources. The fact of the matter is, yeah, we need to get out of this matrix. We need to go to higher levels, higher frequencies, higher vibrations. We need to help one another, not hurt one another. And that's what we continue to do, is we continue to hurt one another. Not the ones that are awake, but the ones that are still the sheep, sound asleep. Everything you've been taught in school is a complete lie. Oh yeah. It's all manipulation. It's all mind control. That's what they want. They want a controlled. They want us to be under control. They don't want us to have the power within, which we have the power within. We just got to seek that power within. And when you seek that power within and you unlock that code, that's when things start to shift. This whole timeline has flipped. This timeline has flipped over and over and over and over again. There is no such thing as time. It just continues. It's a continuance. It's a continuance. It's a continuance. History what? Repeats itself, right? But every time it repeats itself, it's a bit different, right? So we could be in the 1990s right now, but we're also in 2024. So yeah, time doesn't exist. Clocks, man-made. Man is what? The evil of man, right? The evil of man. It doesn't exist. Nope. I am here to support the Full Disclosure Act. I am here to do that. I will not stop at any cost. I will not stop. I am indestructible. I am indestructible. Yes, the Philadelphia experiment. Yes, it all ties into Montauk. Yes, it all ties in. This is all programs that tie in. They're all sister projects that they continue to use. They continue to steal our children. You look around the world, you look at the articles where kids go missing. How? Where do they go? Why isn't there ever an answer to that? Why? What really happened? Were they taken underground? Were they taken maybe to another planet? Were they taken to a lab? Were they implanted? Were they reprogrammed? What happened to them? Just always remember the lost souls. Always remember the lost souls. And just know, because you are in this vessel, right? You can also have other pieces to your soul that are connected to other lifetimes. So that follows you. That's why it's a mass awakening to the consciousness when that is unlocked and they allow that. But I mean, wow. You know, the reality of it is people don't want to believe this stuff. That's fine. That's fine. But the only problem is I feel bad for those that I really do feel bad for those that are going to be in shock at what happens. Because what's going to happen is going to be earth shattering, is what's going to happen. And a lot of these people who have been involved in these programs, we're going to unite. And I had a vision of me and my whole, team of time soldiers. We were in a program where that's what we were considered, time soldiers. So they would send us back and forth to different timelines where basically we would do these missions and then we'd come back. And we do these missions and then we come back. But now I don't know the exact amount of years that I was taken. I don't know. I could have been taken for 30 years and then placed right back. It's crazy how things work. It's crazy the reality we live in. Just do your research. Well, they drained my pineal gland. They drained mine because that I do remember was like gold to them. And when I had my first third eye awakening was back around, I'd say I had a real third eye awakening because it partly opened, but then it eventually it fully opened. And when it fully opened, I started to understand that there is such a thing as, other planets. And, I know that the planets exist, but I didn't know that I had a part in any of this. Or I was in denial, I should say. I was afraid to talk about it because of being called the schizophrenic or, being called names or whatever it is. But why would I remember people? Why would other people remember me? I mean, when it's more than one person, there's some kind of connection. There's some kind of spiritual connection, but also that programming that was installed, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it was installed. I hate to say it, I think a good percentage of the world is pretty illiterate when it comes to that shit. Rolling. I don't really care what you have to say. I know who I am. I know what my sole purpose is. And, I'm going to continue to walk in a path of righteousness. I said it before, it's about unity. But you guys don't want unity. What you guys want is destruction. So I'm beginning to wonder. there, Mr. Intelligence. I'm beginning to wonder if you even know that we were able to punch a hole in between space and time. Do you know what the Hydrogen Collider is? Do you know what time continuances? Do you know anything about Mars? Do you know that you can actually breathe on Mars better than this shit show? This Truman Show, I should say. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Yeah, bending space and time. Yep. Bending space and time. Yep. 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 That shit is. I mean, I know a couple of survivors. Yep. There you go. Thank you. You know exactly what time it is. That's good, man. That's really good. And I'm not saying, you know, some some of your culture don't understand it. Some of them do. And it's quite surprising you understand about electromagnetic weapon fields. One second. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. That was a emergency phone call. Somebody was going through a little bit of an issue, and they needed to talk about it. See, that's the type of work that I do. Me, that I do. Now, this is a man that's an older man from the past who has memories of me. Why do these people have memories of me? Why do so many people have memories of measly little Rocko? Well, measly little Rocko to you. All right, Roland. You know your jokes, man. You're a sheep. You're a sheep. You're a sheep. I'm gonna start just blocking certain people in here. I am. I'm not kidding, because like I said, I can't allow other survivors to come on this platform if people are gonna say horrible things to them. You know what, Roland, you're just giving me a fucking headache, dude. Have a nice day. Time out for the day. Gene, I don't really care about any of those people. I care about my team and my soldiers that are dealing with, you know, PTSD, that have nobody to talk to, that really want a platform to get on and tell their story. But I'm not going to bring people on live videos. You're just going to have to wait for the premiere, and there will be no comment section. So sorry, but not sorry. I'll bore you cone heads out.